Greetings. I'm Victor Rhodes. This is my video on saving the Pittsburgh public schools and basically any other schools, like basically saving the children themselves, saving us because children are the future and knowledge is power. All right, which is a good question as to why our state of education is in the way it is. If there were two basically no facts, undeniable facts, where that knowledge is power and children are the future, how do you explain our educational system? Oh, there's explanations if you actually look into it and dig deep enough and accept what they give you, you know, accept the truth, whatever. It might be hard to stomach or whatever, but the evidence is there. All right. Anyway, how before we get too far into this, also I'd like to say this is tobacco. This is this blunt right here. You can't prove otherwise. So moving on. All right. Now, what we do is we make cannabis legal. We do this because that's common sense. That we can push a product that has no health value at all. It just causes cancer not only in the person that participating, but people around them, secondhand smoke, whatever. That could be legal. So could alcohol, killing people by the thousands every year through drunk driving. And they have to make up a whole program, Alcoholics Anonymous, or everything, just to deal with the side effects of this legal product. That's crazy. What's crazy to me or whatever is that they can put nicotine, something that's purely for making you addicted to it. They can put that in a harmful product. They can put something that makes you addictive in something that's already harmful, making you addicted to a harmful product. That should be like that's wrong. How is that legal? I don't know, but that's just wrong. Like, but anyway, moving on. Oh, Allah, give me about 20 minutes. Thank you. Pardon me. All right. Anyway, what we have to do is we have to choose to make cannabis legal, and that's because of common sense, and that because we want to get people high, and a high public makes a happy public. Is because the benefits of the cannabis plant itself. There are strains of cannabis where it doesn't even have a lot of THC in it, which is the main ingredient that gets people high. But the resources that you can reap from this plant is retarded. I mean, that's why they wanted it illegal because that didn't pay. That would just cut out big businesses. The cannabis plant can make livestock bedding, livestock feed, nutritional supplements, essential oils, medicines, food, paper products, textiles like clothes, hats, shoes, moldable plastics like chairs, desks, tables, body care products, construction, being able to build buildings and things of that nature, and others. So think about it. This is a plant that can be grown naturally. That end product can be basically the same materials you need for a school. We all know paper comes from trees or whatever. You can get that from the plant itself, from marijuana, from cannabis. I'm sorry, cannabis. Uh, as well as the chairs and the desks to put in the schools for the children and whatnot. So you can make the books out of marijuana or out of the cannabis. You can make the chairs out of it. You can make the plastic out of it. You technically supposedly could almost make the building out of it. With modern technology and everything else, as well as foods and other things. So basically, at the end of the day, how we save it is us as a state of Pennsylvania or as a city of Pittsburgh, we will commandeer land. We see all the time, just land, open space, or whatever. We'll commandeer that. That means strictly to grow acres and acres of the cannabis plant to produce materials strictly for our education. Now, people say that's going to take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of money. It takes a lot of willpower. I know there's going to be a lot of volunteers who will line up for the opportunity just to do something positive that benefits the children directly. It's a lot better than a car wash or some type of bake sale. not only do we utilize volunteers, but we can also make it part of work release programs for people who has to do community service or some type of deal where they have to serve the community to reduce their sentence and whatnot. Uh, that just basically takes care of the raw ingredients that I mean for the education part itself. Now that goes from education of elementary schools all the way clear to college. Like I should have to live in Pittsburgh all my life. I lived in Pittsburgh all my life, had jobs and everything, and then I had to go into debt to continue my education to be a productive member of society that I want to be. That's ridiculous. When the books that are being sold, they make new editions every year, or whatever, saying the same information, but with a different year behind it, different wording, and charge hundreds of dollars for it. That's ridiculous. Especially when we all know it comes from free plants, free resources. So that gotta be some expensive ass ink that they're printing on these papers. These just basically free resources. All right. As far as the resources for power, so what kills me, I was in East Liberty, this neighborhood, like a few weeks ago, and I saw a solar panel on a bus station. Bus station built for like 2, 4 people. Solar panel, like probably like what's the? I'm like, what could I possibly be using or use energy for? The lights at night on the panel, whatever. Hopefully, if anything, it should be going directly back into the city or whatever for street lights and whatnot. That should be on. But if they could pit that on a bus station or a little bus stop, go for 2 to 4 people, why the hell ain't that on public schools or the roofs? I mean, that whole roof should be just a whole panel of solar panels, just collecting energy that in turn uses that to light the school up for lights, provide heating and cooling in the wintertime and in the summertime, as well as cooking their meals with that electric stoves and ovens. So that's basically once the foundation is down, the building, you have free resources because it's solar after a while, pay for itself, provide all the necessary uh, lighting and heating, cooling, all the everything it needs, as well as basically free resources, basically grown out of the ground by cannabis and other plants. So at the end of the day, the true resources or true money that you'll be saving off that it should be going to is the staff in itself for the education that they provide. And that should only be going to the teachers worthy of being teachers. No more tenure and allowing teachers to be terrible teachers. That's retarded. I mean, why they get paid the same as the top teachers? No, we only accept good and top teachers, and we're paying our children the trust and care to these teachers. Whatever, they should be being paid accordingly. I want my teacher. He should be like happy. He should be getting paid, a lot paid more than these politicians. These politicians are not doing anything for me for. But that teacher, I expect him to do a lot. I expect him to basically take on the responsibilities of a parent and a mentor and a teacher, whatever, during the hours that I could be out helping my society, doing some other type of job or whatnot. We put a lot of responsibilities on these teachers, and then we treat them like they ain't shit. I mean, basically by giving them a low income that's not worthy of their position. They should be, getting praised in the streets. Like, oh, that's a teacher. That's a good man right there. He takes this time out, whatever, to that because that's what he wants to do. He just wants to build a better person, a better, stronger, intelligent, person, whatever. At the same time, whatever, they're supposed to be protecting our children. These teachers nowadays, they don't care, and they're not being. And there's so many documentaries and tests and studies that prove it. I mean, yes, there are some that do, whatever. It's a shame that they're paying the same bracket as the teachers that don't. When in fact, every teacher there should deserve to be there almost. We always have to vote our teachers we should have to vote our teachers into power. That person's gonna be responsible for all these children, their safety, their productivity, their intelligence, and everything else. Whatever we should have a say in, as the parents, have a say in. I mean, who's going to be teaching them? And that's going to be based on what we know about the teacher, based on that be their history, based on their potential. That be because based on their application or whatever else. That's not really too smart. But anyway, we would take advantage of the resources and our technology and intelligence to relinquish a lot of the debts associated with education and a lot of responsibilities, financial responsibilities associated with that, and in turn return them to where they should go, which is the staff itself, because they take on the responsibility of making sure our children are in a safe and productive environment, which makes them productive citizens, and a society where we want citizens productive and intelligent, safe, and smart. Not teach you just sit back, pop their feet up, and say I'm getting paid anyway, and these kids, they don't really listen anyway. So not just like teachers like who want to get through to them, and we pay them accordingly. And the savings come from not from paying these private companies whatever fundings to raise our children for us. I'm not raise our children for us, but teach our children for us. So that was my ideas and some of my viewpoints on how just even small, easy things we could do to help and fix our education system. A lot of it coming from just the people itself, being volunteers, donators, and our collective intelligence to change these laws and to change this system so we can have power and influence on our day-to-day lives instead of putting all our eggs in one basket and giving it to the power of some representative or some lobbyist or some council or some whatever to sit back and make the decisions that we wind up regretting later. All right, I'm Victor Rhodes, and thank you for listening.